You think you know The Sopranos? Well, here's 10 things you may not have known about everyone's favorite mob boss with a serious case of agita.
Can you admit to yourself that yes, you're sad, but you're very angry and full of rage?
I'm sad.
It's hard to admit that you might have feelings of hatred towards your own mother, isn't it?
You out of your tree.
The Sopranos was created by David Chase, an Italian-American who grew up in New Jersey. Chase was in therapy while writing the show. Does all of this sound familiar? That's because Chase based much of the show on his own personal life, especially the Soprano family dynamics. Chase claims his father had a short temper and constantly belittled him, and describes his mother as a passive-aggressive drama queen and a nervous woman who dominated any situation she was in by being so needy and always on the verge of hysteria. Livia, is that you?
Oh, Ma, you gotta stop. You gotta stop with this black poison cloud all the time, because I can't take it anymore.
Oh, poor you.
Chase originally intended to write The Sopranos as a movie, but his manager urged him to flesh it out into a full television season. Had The Sopranos not been made for TV, the world would not only have been deprived of hours of story, but the show also wouldn't have been the first cable television series to win an Emmy for Outstanding Drama Series.
I see.
You see?
From what you're telling me, it doesn't sound very good.
From what I'm telling you. Well, what the do I know? I'm not a doctor.
You're angry. Who with?
After Chase directed the pilot episode for HBO, he considered asking for additional funds to shoot more footage and adapt the pilot into a movie. Again, the movie idea was thwarted when HBO decided to order 13 more episodes of the show, making The Sopranos just their second hour-long original series after Oz. The mob families of The Sopranos were inspired by real-life counterparts, such as the Boiardo and the DeCavalcante New Jersey crime families. Toward the end of the show's first season, an associate of the DeCavalcante family was recorded by the FBI saying, quote, "Hey, what is this f***ing thing, Sopranos? Is that supposed to be us?"
Just when I thought I was out, pull me back in.
Chase cites playwrights Arthur Miller and Tennessee Williams as major influences on his writing. In an episode of the show, aptly titled The Legend of Tennessee Moltisanti, Adriana refers to Christopher as her Tennessee Williams while he toils away at his screenplay. And hey, if you put the picture of Junior Soprano and Arthur Miller side by side, there is a striking similarity, huh? Chase has stated that one of his biggest film influences is Italian director Federico Fellini, but he also displays the influence of Goodfellas director Martin Scorsese quite obviously. The most notable evidence is that Goodfellas and The Sopranos share 27 actors among their cast, the most notable being Lorraine Bracco, Michael Imperioli, and Tony Sirico. Speaking of Tony Sirico, there's a reason his portrayal of Paulie Walnuts feels so authentic. Prior to his acting career, Sirico had a number of run-ins with the law. 28, in fact. That's right. Tony Sirico was arrested 28 times before starring in one of the most critically lauded television series of all time. Sirico only agreed to take on the role as long as his character wasn't, quote, a rat.
F***ing Italian people. How do we miss out on this? What? F***ing espresso, cappuccino. We invented this shit, and all these other cocksuckers are getting rich on it.
While David Chase was heavily involved in all aspects of the show throughout all 6 seasons, acting as showrunner and executive producer, he only directed 2 episodes in the entire series, the very first episode and the very last episode. Michael Imperioli, who plays Christopher Moltisanti, not only acted as a writer, but was also responsible for writing 8 episodes of the series. And here's a bonus one. The Sopranos was always known for having a filthy mouth. But ever wonder how much cursing was in a single episode? The tally for the pilot lays out as such. 28 fucks, 4 shits, 2 assholes, and 3 references to penises. Oddly enough, that seems kinda low. That's it for this episode of You Think You Know Movies. Make sure to subscribe, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and get the latest movie and TV news on ScreenCrush.com.